do think, like, Paparazzi, there's a lot on his shoulders. He needs to control mid one's Muerta nearly the entire time. Because otherwise you're going to have the Pierce to fail, smackdown on all the other heroes, and, like, Kato gets 3 shot, Crystal Maiden gets 3 shot. The Alchemist and Underlord not so much, but they can definitely die to a late game Muerta.
Yeah. This, again, seems like a decent Muerta game. I'm just afraid that maybe the team doesn't get on the same page when they have mid one not joining the early fights.
Well, when he plays
when
Timber,
he's
he
able
doesn't
to
even
join,
join the mid-game fight, so...
Yeah, but yeah. Let's see, if they are on the same page, SMG, they definitely have a shot here. If those are 2 equal teams, I'll definitely give a 80-20 for the SMG draft here. Doesn't seem like the best Alchemist game. Seems like a bad Pangolier game. Not the best Underlord game, although this hero is always strong in this meta.
Underlord's
But
it's a beastly
SMG,
hero.
like, they have some sort of snowball when you have Enchantress, you want to win your lane, you have DP, you want to take early objectives, and they feel to struggle in setting pace on the game. They usually dive, they do some crazy thing, like, let's say they will force a fight while DP doesn't have EXO and give away the lead, some weird things that still happen. Maybe that's the game that they get the discipline.
Bottom lane, Xtreme, looking for a possible first blood. They have the blinding light to push him back. And there's going to be the pushback into the freeze, into the stun, and into a possibly first blood. He's trying to heal up with the wisps. It's not going to be enough, and DY gets first blood.
So you have Enchantress, this hero supposed to snowball. Already gives away first blood. Also, I don't think you wanna have the healing, because now all your harass power in the lane is gone.
Yeah.
She took to survive. Feels
The
a bit
plus
bad.
is, of course, that you do have sustain to be able to constantly right-click harass. Like, mid one's getting damage, you just heal him up, and he can continue right-clicking the CM. It's not the worst. Honestly, none of the spells of Ench are bad.
Top Slark's level 2, he might go for aggression. I would keep an eye there.
They have a glimpse in 3 seconds, so JT looking to get taken down. Glimpse back, taken down, kill to the Disruptor. Close to killing off the Kato, but should just barely survive with the last tick coming through. Honestly, it's that the creeps are there and he might get some experience, otherwise might need to go back. Bottom lane, Polison dies again on the Enchantress.
And CM wants to die. Yeah, definitely wants to die. Use it all the resources. You wanna die and bring a salve to your Alchemist. Even though, yeah, salves are kind of nerfed, he'll drop his own. That's what I expect. Okay, he drops Tangles.
That's it.
There are
No salve.
Yeah. I would bring a salve to myself. I think this Boots Tangle is a bit greedy. But that's Ghost. He knows what he's doing, I would assume.
Well, he did die 3 times during the laning stage in the last game, so...
I'm just trying not to be toxic and not pretend that I know more than him. But honestly, it's a bad decision. Just get the F salve and be full and go back on aggression because your CM is also full. Don't feed away kills.
The Enchantress still had to walk to lane, so honestly, mid one couldn't solo kill him anyway. I understand the mentality, I guess.
Polison now level 2. Has enchant with the slow, might be able to get a kill on DY.
Missing the mark there with the calling, but he does have a dead shot, needs to help. So right now, Polson trying to heal him up with the wisps. And it is going to still be the kill onto mid one. DY and Ghost looking a lot better in game number 2 than game number 1, at least laning stage wise.
DY is still alive. There's the Lotus, but Polison is having it. Yeah, this Muerta hero not looking so great for SMG.
It's still early game days. The hero does pop off in the mid game, late game most of the time. Top side, push back onto the Disruptor, taking a lot of damage. but they don't have enough control. Chidori
Misses
misses
the
the
bounce.
pounce, and that will mean no continuation attempt onto Kaka, but at least he'll get himself the Lotus.
Yeah, and JT, he doesn't have to jungle at level 1. That's a win for Underlord against Stark.
If that is like the
Oh, here
degree
they
you
go.
need to achieve,
I
that would be
jinxed him.
terrible. Oh no, JT,
Oh,
but the
Zark's
pushback
gonna
from
die.
Kaka.
Will him? Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
blast from Kaka coming through. Blinding light laning stage, pretty strong. Pretty strong. Especially against a hero like Slark, who likes to be on top of you. DUI, bottom lane takes some damage. Mid one, getting controlled up by Ghost. And Pullison has to use those wisps every single time to heal up his ally. Doesn't really keep his allies alive most of the time. That bottom lane is so scary. Oh, the Alchemist, he does have a bunch of hero kills, but not the assists at least, but he doesn't have the most creep kills right now because he's being distracted with all this constant fighting.
Yeah, bottom, they go for a Ghost. Barely survives. Needs more regen. But he's getting his phase boost delivered.
Oh,
There's
top
a salve.
side, JT gets pounced underneath the tower. Chidori gets the kill.
Oh, that's bad. You feel like buying back here. Definitely you won't. See
All
the
those
waves
creeps.
under your tower.
Kaka,
Yeah.
almost killed off Chidori there. Ghost gets stunned up. Actually, dodges the silence from the calling. Because the silence also gives a slow, and then you could get feared back in. So just managing to stay alive.
Now he buys the salve. That's good.
The Hill Troll Priest as well picked up by Polison. So if the Nature's attendants aren't going to heal his allies, he'll just get extra creeps to do the job.
Yeah, but he should be moving mid. It's gonna be the 6-minute rune. We should definitely see action by the mid lane. Disruptor is there. Paparazzi probably just gonna play safe.
He's almost level 6. Exorcism
The
being
Disruptor's
used.
there.
Glimpse gets thrown out. Moon, do they have the damage to kill him off? Yes, they do. He doesn't actually have any mana for a swashbuckle out of there. Haste rune topside as well to refill. Actually, Moon doesn't have a bottle. Never mind to refill. Nothing.
Catapult dies. He goes to the Underlord.
Oh,
And-
could be a big kill. JT wouldn't like to die in this situation. Kaka's going to be the first target. Chidori going to focus his attention to JT because with that haste, Moon is right on JT's keister in a second. But JT with the brown boots is pretty fast for an Underlord.
Yeah. First Exo used. 2 kills. Haste rune.
Look at Moon's net worth.
Pangolier-
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Pangolier was without a TP. Disruptor TPing bottom.
Moon's going to steal
wanna go
the
for Ghost?
XP rune. Mid
They
one.
go for mid one.
Should still be fine. Actually, Kaka's the one in trouble. Gets blasted on the side. Ghost as well. Does have an unstable concoction. Glimpse is available. And they can use it if they want on Ghost. But in comes
Oh, here comes
Papa.
Paparazzi.
And with the Rolling Thunder, he's going to try and go for mid one to bounce. It's going to connect. And that is a Muerta in a world of hurts. Ghost. Actually, Papa's going to get the second kill. Looking for
Oh, he
the
goes
third.
for Disruptor.
But the Glimpse will keep him at bay. Nonetheless, the other mid laner goes for rotation. Also gets a double kill.
Yeah, Paparazzi is really good on Pangolier. He was being really nerded down when he doesn't get to reach the level 6. He dies without a TP, doesn't get the rune, but still he makes a very powerful rotation.
And Ghost is already starting to farm up some creep camps. His team is in the meantime stacking Ancients, which is very huge for an Alchemist. Well, the double camp there.
Yeah, I wonder if Underlord's getting some of those. Because Underlord has trouble farming against Slark. And
He's the same net
definitely-
with as Chidori, so I'd
you definitely
sacrifice
can
him.
get some items on Underlord that you're gonna create the space so
Oh, he's
Alchemist
gonna do it
farms.
right
Yeah,
now.
that's what they're doing. Yeah, you see? Same page with this Xtreme guys. I like their style.
Oh, let's
Bottom,
see.
they go for the
DUI,
CM.
and they got the kill. Mid one tries to push him back into the silence. He honestly doesn't hit any of these the callings. He just tries to use it like a Mars Arena. but it's going to be enough to get the Crystal Maiden kill. Moon's going mech, so it's going to be more of a supportive Death Prophet build. While Ghost is trying to farm, stack and farm, but gets spotted out,
he does.
And they have the glimpse as well in case he tries to disengage.
They cannot use early or he will TP.
Well, they should be able to get the glimpse going right now. However, they're not ready for that one. The fear comes out, Uber TP as well. Ghost is healing thanks to the chemical rage. He's actually not going to die. A bit of a miscommunication there on the side of SMG because they weren't ready for the glimpse to come through. Moon might kill off JT here. Good dodge there from Moon, but he needs some extra healing and doesn't have any
heal
spirit
from the Exo.
Exo is about to get him back. Gets the mech in time. Ghost is going to get stunned though, and they want to go back in. Moon and mid one onto Ghost inside the Roche pit.
Oh, there's no Roche to deny you.
He's on the other side of the map, my friend. And they'll find finally the out. Honestly, it's surprising that Ghost has just had his first death, considering how many close brushes to death he's had this game.
A bit greedy, right? Because he could be alive. He gets alive and it's like, I'm gonna turn this team fight into this DP that popped Exo. They could have kind of did the Exo, but I understand they got confident with him surviving. Alchemist feels so strong with his ultimate. There's not enough damage in the game to kill him under
actually
ultimate.
TPing bottom, so he wants to stay at least in the area. Get some farm going. Well, top side, Chidori is building up the Echo Saber. Let's see, Pango. Diffusal Blade's almost done. Pangolier with Diffusal is still one of the most insane items. It's so freaking good. Like it's cater made for him.
Yeah. They luckily removed the broken items for Pangolier on the neutral ones, at least that.
Yeah, no, that one would be, if you can choose between the 5 choices and you get the item you want every single time, yeah, no. That's not fun.
Yep.
Moon's going for the pipe next, so yeah, they're gonna have a lot of sustain on the side. Honestly, they don't have that much damage on the side of Xtreme this game.
Don't underestimate what Underlord can do.
Yeah, no, Underlord I would say, but
yeah.
I'm a little bit worried for the Alchemist.
Yeah, he needs time to get online. He needs this long team fight, but I feel like the team can offer the long team fight, so he deals damage with the Radiance by just being alive. Underlord can be so tanky with the auras, and Pangolier is gonna burn everyone's mana. They want the long fight.
On the other hand,
still level 5.
I would assume SMG also want the long fight with the Slark. Because eventually he's going to be able to munch up on all those stats. So Ghost is going to get charged at in the bottom lane again. There's again the glimpse. This time they should not make that mistake. He's going to get stunned up by his own unstable concoction thanks to the silence. Surrounded, not even using the static storm there. But the rest of the team was heading towards bottom. Nonetheless, Ghost, that's his second death this game.
Yeah, what feels bad for Xtreme Gaming is that both supports are still level 5. Auto gets 6 now. TM still 5. So Paparazzi, he can get kills, but he needs a partner to go with him. And having your supports level 5 with 12 minutes, just bad.
Yeah, the Paparazzi Pango should be able to get a good fight going, but they're not giving him an angle. Polson is just farming up the jungle, because he kind of does what he like. He's really good at farming as a Pulse 4. We've seen it on his Coddle, we've seen it on his Mirana. He always tends to find farm across the map.
JT's going 5. Thing is, how much damage is actually magical from SMG side? Muerta, yes, but the hero not really online.
Oh, Moon bottom. Can he get out of there? He could try and go for the TP.
Underlord joins.
But Moon's just going to get blasted. Doesn't even attempt to use the Twin Gate. You know what's the best thing about Xtreme? Even though the Alchemist has had quite a disastrous time, they have made him so many stacks the entire time. They always find places stacked. The Ancients are pretty heavily stacked that he can clear up and catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why the supports are on their level, right? They were always going to the jungle to make that stack.
Papa
Paparazzi.
going for Paula. Olason only level 1 Wisps. Trying to get himself out of there, but there's no running away from the Papa.
Paparazzi Pangolier is really scary. This guy and Quinn on Pangolier, no matter the matchup, they always shine. Interesting thing is that Tier 1 tower mid is still up with 14 minutes against a DP and Enchantress, heroes that can easily take this tower. I wonder if SMG doesn't value that much the tower on this new patch, or just like being distracted by this Alchemist farming everywhere. Alchemist just got the Radiance. It's on the way.
It's not the fastest timing, but it's still plenty.
Disruptor was smoked. Placed a ward. I thought he would go for the XP rune. Still.
The stack failed, unfortunately for them, but they're helping out in making sure Ghost does not take too much damage from the Ancient stack. And it's a pretty decently farmed Alchemist, but Chidori's not that far behind. This Slark's got his Echo Saber and Diffusal Blade done. This Slark is ready to go for a fight as well.
They want to get a kill on this Underlord. Is that the right target though?
Yeah, backup is pretty far away. He's already out of mana, but he's got that big juicy shield pipe. There's a glimpse available. The rest of the team is finally rushing through. And Chidori, oh my lord, he's out of mana. Chidori, Slark, can he get himself out of there? Then push back into the root. The Disruptor needs to just try and disengage. Bolson already went for the TP and will at least get himself towards the bottom lane, but that is that's a nice turnaround. This Underlord, stop jumping off laners this patch. It just doesn't work. Except when it's mid one on Muerta.
Lesson by now. Yeah, if that's the tanky aura builder offlaner, don't go on him. I've seen the play, like they're going for it. I'm like, I doubt this guy's gonna die here.
Maybe with Exo you could kill him, but yeah, the moon's on the other side of the map. And he's building into aura, so all the damage is pretty much going to come down from the Slark and the Muerta, which is not too surprising, because that's kind of how you want to play this. Mid one, he's done with the Dragonlance, Mask of Madness, going for the Hurricane. But he still needs that one extra item. Hopefully it's not going to be the same as yesterday, where it always feels like he's going to need that one extra item.
That's the thing about SMG, they had a decent draft, but they don't really play around the draft. So the hero that can kill the Underlord is DP, but they are ganking Underlord without DP. And DP is just sitting there with Exo up, with 2 aura items, and not using Exo anywhere, just farming. It's hard to blame the player, it's just the play style. You don't have a strategy. You just see heroes, you randomly run at heroes, and you hope everything works. Because you're definitely like mechanically skilled. All the players there are great players, but you cannot rely on talent to just win things.
Yeah, currently, net worth wise, they're still pretty close, which is nice considering you're playing against Alchemist, though Ghost almost has his BKB. Against BKB, they don't really I mean, Exorcism still does a lot of damage regardless. But the Underlord is building up into Heaven's Halberd, so they're buffing up and getting themselves some nice auras on the Radiant side as well. Huddle's even going Ags Rush after his mech.
Yeah, that's interesting. We talk about a possible Phoenix in the draft because there's no attack speed. Having also your own egg, which is the Will-O-Wisp. That makes sense.
Well, Muerta is still pretty decent for it, though. Towards mid, Papa's gonna get caught by the Saxstrom Kinetic Field. Can he get away and pop the roll? The damage, is it gonna be enough to take him down? Glimpse back, he's finally gonna get finished off. Ghost pops his BKB, but Exorcism is still pretty nasty here from Moon. And JT's gonna quickly try and TP himself out of there. Gets back to safety with that TP towards his base, but they got a pretty big kill there. Didn't cost them a lot in terms of resources, but at least the Pangolier falls.
Yeah, they did the right move. They jumped the mid laner, the hero that has all the control and a lot of damage during the team fight. Taking Pangolier out, there's no way Xtreme Gaming can take the fight. And they brought the 5 heroes. That's the right thing to do. They just need to be a bit worried now because Pangolier has everything and you don't have Exo now. So Xtreme Gaming, I would suppose they want to shove one wave and just smoke and try to get a fight for their side now. They shove the bot wave. Do they have a smoke though? They don't have a smoke with their heroes. Oh, Kaka has one. I would assume he wants to pop the smoke. Does he? No, he doesn't.
Chidori actually has an interesting build on Slark, because he did this the exact same in the match previously against IG. Echo Saber into Diffusal, into Shard. Oh, that's a quick kill, but that's worth it.
Yeah, but they're gonna take the mid tower. It's one objective. Although, yeah, mid tower not that important now because it doesn't open up the Roche possibility, right? It doesn't change anything towards Roche, which
Roche
was
is
a
currently
big
running
thing.
towards the bottom lane. TP through the twin gates. Let's go for a little spin.
I would assume they would love to buy a gem or something.
Oh, they're trying to steal it. Poloson spots them all out next to the Tormentor. This is actually very interesting. Using the gates to the other side of the map, a lot of AoE damage coming through. Moon does not have the exorcism, but has a lot of Spirit Siphons to pump out and try and sustain. And right now, Papa's Rolling Thunder has ended. Papa is in a world of hurt. Sackstorm comes out. Ghost does not have his BKB available. They find a second kill. And Mid One is just pumping out damage with that Pierce the Veil. The Muerta finally gets some targets to blast. And the finger guns come wild. They take the Tormentor. This was such a nice idea.
Wait, do they take the Tormentor? Will they survive? Yes.
Yeah, they should be able to barely scrape it by. Pulsel needs to be slightly careful, but it will be a free shard for the Enchantress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea from Xtreme. However, you kind of need to have a little bit more visual on what SMG are doing.
Yeah, the idea was good. It's just that they lacked damage. They couldn't kill this. Okay, DP's dead, but they couldn't kill the DP. Took them 30 seconds. Took them enough for Disruptor to respawn, TP in, take part of the fight, and it all started with a pick off on the Disruptor. So kind of slow on the damage input from Xtreme Gaming side.
They'll at least get their own.
Yeah, Paparazzi is going for an Agonies now. I believe he has the feeling we lack damage. I need to scale in damage, and that's when you go the Agonies.
They have one big plus, of course, against the Slark as well, is that Pangolier, Coddle, Crystal May, all of the heroes on the side of Xtreme have damage that pierces through, like AoE effect damage, which is great against Depth Shroud and Shadow Dance. Because in that fight, even though all the cooldowns were pretty much used on the side of Xtreme, it still looked very scary for SMG just because of the AoE control and damage that they were constantly pumping out.
Yep. Luckily, Zark's not the carry.
Nope.
There's this Muerta dealing damage.
Mid One's pretty good. Muerta, once he finally gets a chance to shoot, that's the most important thing.
It's a hard game for the Zark.
Exo into the pit.
used. Xtreme Gaming, not sure they want to contest this.
Story has the BKB done. And that is Roche in their hands. Nice. Aegis pickup going to Chidori instead of Mid One, which I find slightly interesting considering Mid One doesn't have a BKB yet and Chidori does.
Yeah.
I guess Chidori is going to farm a bit more aggressively than Mid One will.
Yeah. I think it would make more sense to have it on Muerta. The way they play, like the Starks, the hidden, like Muerta's the hidden carry. Stark's the space creator on the fight. Okay, it's looking a bit weird because Muerta is far away, DP is far away, and Stark's
He's
approaching
like, I
high
got
ground.
mages, who cares? Nobody
Yeah.
can touch me. He's actually not going for the harpoon build. He's gonna instead build up the Mage Slayer, which makes a lot of sense. You're up against, I would say, like, what, 85% magic damage this game? Probably the best choice you can go for.
But they are doing the SMG, which is they're pushing a tower, going for objective, and Muerta is farming the safest camp on the map.
Mid one
I
needs
don't
to
like
make
when
sure he doesn't
SMG
die.
does the SMG. There's a DD rune top.
Look at Polison's item build on Enchantress. They're building 4 cores, my friend. Getting close to his Aghanim Scepter. You get that good old sprink.
Yeah.
This could be fun. This could be really fun.
I think a Moon Shard is better than the Aghanis. Might be wrong though. I'm not so sure on that.
Does
Because you actually
It's a
get
4-second
right click a lot
cooldown.
on the.
Yeah, but
And
it's a
then
4-second cooldown and you hit 3 enemy targets while you do extra attack range. It's actually really good.
Okay. You have a point.
And it dodges incoming projectiles. Does that count? Elk stun?
Not so sure. Haven't seen this spell being used for a while. Should.
Reading it, it should, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that's also exactly the case. But yeah, Polison, you know, we talked about him during the early portions where he was just slightly ahead of the other supports, but he just plays this game, this patch, like a fourth core on the team. You have mid one playing a third core, and then Polison chiming in. He's the same net with as JT.
Yeah. I'm always watching from the fog of Xtreme Gaming to see when does they have the information. Like they have the information, mid one stop, just appeared there, so they should start
Olson?
mid lane.
He's getting jumped here. Chidori as well. DY with the Crystal Maiden ulti running through the team fight. DY is actually doing a lot of work here. Chidori is dropping low. Aegis is about to get popped. The Will-O-Wisp is on top as well. But eventually mid one finally joins his team and a double kill comes through because Moon goes deep for the catch on the Pangolier. Will probably lose his life for that attempt, but at least forced out the buyback on the Pango. All things considered, definitely a worthwhile engagement.
Yeah, Stark keeps the Aegis. Pangolier has to buy back. Really tough game for Paparazzi. SMG is way stronger now. But, okay. Go for JT.
But
Don't go for the offlaner, guys.
it's a scary
But is this-
hero to kill.
It ended up well, but those... Oh, Kaka. Slowed by the Enchantress.
Rolling
comes
Thunder,
Pangolier.
no heal available on Polison. The Will-O-Wisp will scare the rest of the team away, and Polison is just gonna stand there, get smacked down. Still needs about 600 gold for the Aghanim Scepter to be done. Mid one's close is BKB.
That's the SMG thing, that they always give this opening to the enemy team where they show a core in the map and they are with the 4 other heroes somewhere. So I was just looking at the fog. What vision does Xtreme Gaming have? As soon as they get the vision on where Muerta is, they will just jump.
Oh,
Sorry?
catch onto the
10
Slark.
seconds on Aegis.
Diffuser
They will
coming in.
wait, I would assume.
Yeah, they're waiting it out. He does pop
5,
his ulti, but he has no
4.
mana to get away.
Will he die?
And the Aegis pops in time.
Oh.
Ghost actually gets stunned up. In comes the Disruptor, has his ulti available. Chidori pops the BKB, has the Depth Shroud, does pop it, but he's taking a significant amount of AoE damage. Will be able to slither to the other side, but rooted up, finished off. And this time Chidori was playing a little bit too aggressively. Rest of the team trying to disengage. Polson gets slowed down by the Huddle down to the low ground, but that's another death onto Polson. Actually, going deep here onto mid one. Ghost is hunting. The Muerta has a BKB at the ready, and he's gonna just BKB TP out. They have no control because Pango doesn't even have the Basher just yet. Actually, Paparazzi decided not to go for Ags. Instead, he's going for Heaven's Halberd.
Because he used the buyback. And then he was so far away from the Aghanim's. They're pinging the XP room. Might be able to get this steal. And yeah, that's SMG doing the SMG. Making my job as an analyst way harder. Because they're unpredictable. Anytime they have the advantage, they might do it. That they... I don't know. The carry or fake carry is just showing in front of the enemy base while the team is so far away. It's so weird how they play the map. I can't believe it's worth. Like, oh, we're getting more resources because we are farming everywhere. Maybe sometimes in the game it might be worth, but you need to have this sense of, I'm strong enough as 5, I just play as 5 and win the game.
SMG do need to be a bit careful that they don't go for another Underlord gateway to steal the Tormentor soon. Last time, of course, it almost cost them a lot on Xtreme Gaming.
I guess they won't do it.
You never know.
JT with a tier 3 token, wondering what do I want. Not so sure.
Unfortunately, we can't see what their choices are. Would be nice if
there's
we could,
still some work to be done on the interface. Oh, Enchantress.
He finally has his Ags done, but Poloson getting gone on. Level 4 Nature's attendance, though. He's healing up nicely. And he doesn't have his courier flying in, but in comes Chidori. They're trying to get the TP through the gateway.
Oh.
DY gets glimpsed back. Unfortunately, Afu wasn't there to get the glimpse onto the Underlord instead. But they find a kill, and this Enchantress is actually pretty hard to kill once he gets his
It's the
wisp
offlaner,
off.
because the offlaner is the carry. And they jumped the offlaner. That's the hero that it's hard to kill, right?
Yeah. He's got himself, like,
healing.
doesn't actually have auras. The auras are all on Moon, but he's a pretty big beast. And they're looking to steal the Radiance Tormentor, possibly. So that is very scary with the amount of AoE damage that Xtreme can throw out. If you get low HP and in comes the Firestorm inside the Will-O-Wisp and all the shenanigans, it's pretty painful.
I feel like the shard on Underlord can be really strong. They definitely want the shard. When you're playing against Slark, he's gonna jump away from you. And if you have this, he will not be able to hit you during the entire fight. You can just keep chasing.
Mid one's close to Silver Edge. So, yeah. Mid one is getting to maximum effort. He's level 20 now, so he's got the extra gunslinger chance. 70% chance to get the gunslinger going.
Yeah, basically
Olsen soloed the Tormentor with his Ags and Hurricane Pike. Huh.
And Disruptor got the shard. Not that good of a shard. Xtreme Gaming. Smoking. No one's showing the map. I wonder if they will give up on the smoke. Oh, it's Roche timing. That's why the smoke. Yeah,
Smoke
it can be up in...
versus smoke. Both of them heading towards bottom lane.
Do they have buybacks on Xtreme Gaming? They need to use buybacks on this fight.
JT gets spotted. They all get spotted under ward vision right there. And
Dory
comes to counter it immediately. Well, that gives away where they are. They're going to smoke up. That gets spotted definitely by SMG.
Yeah.
They know where Moon is. They're pinging him out. Moon is going to take a heap of damage. Forces himself back, but does still have his heals available. Spirit Siphon, can he get it going? They use the BKB on the Ghost Alchemist. They find themselves a kill, and the Disruptor buyback does come through. Chidori is looking for a fight, but his own BKB has ended. And in comes the Impetus Smacks from the Enchantress if you're not careful.
They want to kite the Exo now.
Poloson solo heading forward. Fight me! Fight me! I got Sproink, you ain't got nothing. Well, there's a Static Storm that does nothing, actually. It doesn't catch anyone in the process. On the side, Kaka's going to be the target here. They're a bit too far spread. The supports are left behind by the side of Execration, and even the Underlord gets smacked. Mid one starts chunking out damage there in just a couple of seconds. The very nasty Muerta finally shows what he can do.
Yeah.
Look at that damage,
And
5k in just seconds.
they don't want to buy back on the Underlord, so they're giving away Roche. Paparazzi instantly goes to Shove Wave. Ghost keeps farming. And yeah, just feels like they cannot burst this DP, which is gonna have the cheese plus the lotuses. Does he want to go for that shield?
I mean,
And he...
DP this game actually is their offlaner on SMG. So they again jumped the offlaner. Stop it. He's got the auras. If he dies, it's great, but if he doesn't die, you're in trouble. Because the BKB was using Alk, Rolling Thunder was using Pango, and then what you got left?
Ghost going for that Tormentor kill.
Who's gonna get the shard?
While they go for Pangolier, he's silenced. He's dead.
Okay, Pango, no way out of there. And that's a dieback still, because he doesn't have the cash, so dead for 90 seconds. They have Aegis on Muerta this time, so that's a very important detail.
So SMG has the game on their hands. They just cannot do the SMG. Just don't have a core on the other side of the map that you are pushing.
Moon is cutting the creep wave, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. So far
it's not too far away. And mid one can of course push pretty quickly because he's got Gunslinger and he's got extra attack range. Muerta doesn't have to get close to the buildings. They just need to get vision of it, and it's a good pushing hero. With the extra 2 hits coming through, jump onto Kaka. Glimpse back onto Kaka. Do they have another way for him to get out of there? Impetus! One Impetus hits Keister for a second, but he is going to be able to survive. Creep tree spawn. Tier 3 tower still hasn't fallen yet.
Yeah, Glyph Fuse for the multi-shot.
And there's another glyph available. But still looks like it's going to be a set of racks at the very least.
Moon. Exo is ending.
We'll be able to heal up. Still has a cheese. Nice multi-hero stun, but there's still no Pangolier. And they're going to go in on JT with the Muerta ulti. Need to focus down the melee racks, though, to at least gain something.
Is this stun?
Well, a Wisp comes out. Moon, no Exo. They're going to go in back. Moon, he has the Shivas available. Ghost has a BKB still at the ready.
Who has a cheese?
Poloson on the run. Rolling Thunder comes through. Poloson is going to be left behind by the side of SMG. He does still have Sprink to get over the cliff, and he's going to go for the straight TP next to his opponents. Does get rooted up in the process. They're looking for more. Chidori is very elusive here. They finally kill off the Enchantress, but the rest of the SMG squad needs to back off. Almost blows up Kaka on the side. Mid one, a couple of seconds is all he needs. One more proc would have gotten the kill onto Kaka there. And they're still just trying to run away.
Muerta.
Oh, Ghost.
They turn. But if they can turn.
Suns himself in the process. Chidori does get his Dark Ray backed off. BKB usage. This time there is no Alchemist with an BKB available, but Ghost gets glimmered. They have no detection. That's big. They do lose themselves the Crystal Maiden, but that's just one buyback. That's a Crystal Maiden. Who cares? Moon's gonna get jumped. Actually, Ghost stuns himself twice in one fight. Moon eats the Gouda, the cheese, the everything. Chidori comes in, but there is still mid one with the Aegis at the ready. They're all grouped up.
Still alive.
Can he get the pumps in? This is gonna be rough. Ghost is gonna stun himself a third time in one fight. And now mid one does not have a BKB, does have a Hurricane Pike, tries to get himself close towards his Disruptor. But it's a big team fight win for Xtreme. And again, like, this patch just gives you the longest of freaking engagements ever.
Yeah. Feels a bit bad for SMG. They took the Rex, but they stayed till the Pangolier was back. Just this small window of discipline of take the Rex. They're a full team, just go back a bit of patience.
Exo is over. Run. Just run.
Yeah. Wait for a cooldown.
Ghost stuns himself 3 times in one fight.
Alchemist does something really well, that's taking objectives. I wonder if they want to force Throne just to see if there's a buyback. There's still tier 2s. They just do the save.
Did they pull an SMG?
They did SMG. I'd say that the SMG would be uglier.
Yeah, they would
Just
have
what
the
they did with
mid
Muerta
one
would be
farming mid.
farming. Yeah, but this overextend is somehow the SMG. It's like part of the SMG.
Well, they're still only
It's
4k
like not
behind.
knowing how to finish the game. It's the SMG combo.
They do have
Although-
Slark now getting with the Scotty done. Gem being delivered, so they'll at least cut down the vision on the map.
So no buyback on CM. I'd say that's the target they should go. You might say, oh, it's just a support, but you do a lot with a Force Staff, a Glimmer, also the ultimate, because there are not so many ways to stop it. You always should target this hero without buyback, and then the team fight is so easier. So SMG, they still can take fights with EXO. Zark's finally strong. Muerta is super strong, has a Moon Shard if he gets to hit. Ninja Gear, they smoke. But Xtreme Gaming, they're just holding the ground patiently. They know what's coming.
Oh, they
Kaka
spot out
has the
Kaka.
buyback.
They need kind of a nullifier to get control of the supports
go for
quickly. They
JT.
blow up the disruptor. Doesn't have a buyback because that's another one that bought back in the previous fight. Control onto Poloson. Make sure the Enchantress can't get his impetus blasts off. And Chidori needs some help. In comes mid one, pops his ulti with the BKB. He's trying to pump out damage. JT is actually melting. Look at that mid one going ham once he finally has a little bit of time. He is now rooted, and can he get himself out of there? He's actually invest up. Mid one staying alive. And
Mid one's kill
Ghost
everyone.
is being popped up. Mid one is the real carry, ladies and gentlemen.
touch
He
him.
is very low right now.
He's low.
Got the Moon Shard. Papa's,
Paparazzi definitely wants to jump again.
but Moon's
He's watching
EXO
it.
is ending, so they have to
Oh,
dip.
the DP TP out. They left the carry.
Not again,
He won his
Ghost.
Invis.
Ghost stuns himself another
He
time.
does the ghost.
And mid one's like, ooh, Ghost is nearby. I've got Silver Edge. Oh, there's a shield
2
as
for
well.
2 trade. Xtreme Gaming did the thing that I was telling SMG should do. Go for the hero that doesn't have the buyback. Disruptor was the hero without buyback by that time. They kill him first. That's the way to assure a good team fight. SMG eventually finds the CM, finds the Underlord. It's a fair trade. It's 70 seconds without EXO. Roche is not up. Game's still on the same state, I would say. Difference is Paparazzi still alive on the team fight, so he's scaling a lot on items. Has Agonies. When he gets this Basher, it's gonna be so hard for the Muerta to hit targets. Getting disarmed, getting bashed.
Walking around with a 1300 HP shield.
Yeah, here's the bash. He's like trading the buyback for the bash, which makes a lot of sense. There's no reason to have 2 lives if you cannot bash the targets. Better to have 1.
Mid one is really reliant on that BKB. The moment his BKB ends, they hit him with the halberds, and like he's half a hero. Even Coddle right now is building halberd. They're gonna have 3 halberds available.
3 halberds.
That's 15 seconds
So
of disarm.
Roche is a really fast Roche. From the 0 to 3 minutes was 4 seconds. So Roche already up on the Radiant side.
Oh. They're gonna go for the Tormentor, but this could be a free Roche. And that's the Radiant Roche, so it's a nice little Aghanim Scepter they can pick up.
I don't think they would just enter Roche without finding targets. That's not what
they know
Xtreme
that they
Gaming would
just
do.
killed off the Tormentor, so they know where they are.
Nah, they're the type of thing that they hold a ground and they take a fight under vision. They don't do the crazy thing. That would be the SMG. Xtreme Gaming, they're patient. Look at this. Just waiting.
Marta's got a free shard. That's a big one. Marta gains 30% spell lifesteal during Pierce the Veil.
Underlord, the hero with buybacks, the hero that's gonna break the smoke.
And they're posturing around the Roche pit.
And then they're gonna break the smoke and Alchemist is gonna miss a stun. Kidding.
Oh, there's
no
control.
way to miss now.
Polson's dropping low. Polson's blown up. Doesn't have a buyback available on the Enchantress. In comes mid one on the side. He's trying to get any catches here. DY on the
Bash.
Crystal Maiden will finally get taken down, but they had the good control onto
Ghost
mid one.
stuns.
He's going to get disarmed. They're going to keep him out of the fight. The jump is onto
they
the
go for mid
Muerta.
one.
And mid one,
He has
another
buyback.
disarm coming through. He just cannot right click at all in this fight. He needs that refresh orb The control comes out onto Moon. Can he stay alive long enough with any possible healing? Still has 2 more Spirit Siphons that he can use. But he's out of mana currently, and they find him, they finish him. The only one left is Afu on the Disruptor, but what can he realistically do? Xtreme Gaming, they are going to get themselves Roshan, and with that, they're in a very comfortable spot for the rest of the game. Yeah, mid one cannot do a single thing once his BKB ends. They just had the perma disarm on him.
The disarm, the bash, you have one carry in your team, that's the mid one. Slark is kind of useless in this game. It's intended to have a good lane against the Underlord, and that's all. The hero is just bad in this game. There's a cheese dropped because Pangolier has everything, has Diagonings with him. He probably want to sell it. Maybe buy a Mjolnir to do more damage. Or, he will upgrade to Abyssal for sure. And yeah, they just nerfing this one carry. And Xtreme Gaming, they're the better team. I guess, like, at least for, like, from the storytelling that I'm all the time repeating the same things over and over, I hope you get the idea, like, Xtreme Gaming is the better team here. They don't just enter Roche and hope for the best and pray for the best. No, they keep the ground, they keep the vision, they bait the fight to the offlaner, into the hero with buyback. They chase the hero that doesn't have buyback
They
on the
just
enemy
did
team.
something very interesting. They ate the Ags, I think, on Paparazzi. Oh, the Rolling Thunder comes through. I'll talk about it in a second. This might be the last fight of the game. Chidori, let's get his spells off, but it's taking so much damage inside all of this AoE control. Pops the BKB, and they're going to go in for more nice swashbuckle. Honestly, Paparazzi is making these fights so incredibly tough. Another disarm coming out onto mid one. Can he find any targets to right click? Moon on the side, dropping slowly but surely. They will get rid of at least the Aegis, but it means Muerta's Pierce the Veil is going to be on cooldown. Oloson, can the Impetus do anywhere close to enough damage? Ghost, going to go for the aggressive jump. He's going to stun himself
He's going to
again.
go for the Ghost. He needs to do the Ghost.
Yeah, he needs to this is all a bait, trying to lure them in. You got the catch right there. The Impetus actually doesn't do that much against these big boys. Chidori is just not healing anywhere close to enough. He needs to be careful because otherwise he could die right on the spot. Glimpse back.
Gaming. There goes the glimpse.
Onto the offlaner, because that's always super handy. Here's the Veil is available right now though, but the disarm on mid one in the BKB and his ulti. He gets disarmed. His BKB is ended. Another disarm comes through, and this Muerta's entire ulti is wasted again. Ancient is available to be taken. They can try and finish it off right now with the buyback, and Chidori keep them at bay long enough. Mid one rushing forward, but the Rolling Thunder will hold him in place. He does not have a buyback available on the Muerta, and that is pretty much it for the side of SMG. And indeed, Xtreme Gaming will be able to take the W 2-0 against SMG. Really well played. I love the fact that they just knew Chidori is not a threat this game at all. It's all about getting rid of mid one. Heaven's Halbert, Heaven's Halbert, and Heaven's Halbert.